Hey everyone, welcome to On the Rocks. I'm your trail guide, Claudia Collins, and I'm taking you along for my adventures as I check hikes, waterfalls, and other outdoor activities off of my Arizona bucket list. Today we're hiking Willow Springs Loop Trail in the Tonto National Forest. This trail is 4.5 miles long with 679 feet of elevation gain, and it's rated moderate. I actually have a long list of hikes that I want to do out in this area. This is going to be the first of many, if you ask me. And if the drive here has anything to do with how it's going to look back there, I'm really looking forward to this one. This trail begins just off North Apache Trail, the beautiful windy road you would take heading to Canyon Lake. The beginning of the trail is just a taste of what's to come. A variety of terrain and plant life and stunning rock faces. Right off the bat though, I've got to say this hike is one that you'll definitely want to download the All Trails map for. I also thought this was funny. It looks like a mini Flatiron rock face, but you can see the real Flatiron in the superstitions behind me. The beginning of this trail is very flat and mild and has some history. Turns out in 1978, there was a case of whiskey hidden here as a part of a famous ad campaign. The whiskey was said to be buried near Lost Dutchman gold mine. No gold was found, but a local resident did find the hidden case of whiskey. And that's why it's always worth stopping to read these historical marker signs. This was probably the most difficult part of the trail, with steep drop-offs, loose gravel, and a pretty steep rock face to climb down. But for me, it was a lot of fun and probably the highlight.
Wear your boots.
Once we hit the beginning of the loop, we chose to go counterclockwise. Having done this hike now, I think I would recommend doing it clockwise just to get the best views at the best time. Once we got down this section, it was pretty steady with lots to see. It felt like we were so deep in the Tonto National Forest, and we were the only people on this trail the whole time. It was so peaceful and quiet. I think it was my favorite part of the trail. It just brings you straight back into the middle of nowhere before looping back. It felt like we got so much further than we did in just 2 miles because of how isolated we were. I also thought this trail was quite green given how little rain we've had this year. Although after recent rainfall, I bet it would be extra spectacular. When it was time to loop back, we got some much needed wind to cool things down. There really is next to no shade on this hike, so pack extra water and be prepared for a downright beautiful hike. As we loop back, we got a few more sections with some steady incline, but nothing crazy. Although we did get a crazy good view of Weaver's Needle before making it back to the parking lot. I feel like this hike has everything you could ask for. Spectacular views, a little bit challenging, but there's some times for rest, and it really just gets better and better. The only bonus point would have been seeing bighorn sheep, which I was on the lookout for the entire time, but for a 10 out of 10 hike, couldn't be any better. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time on The Rocks.